try to make it new. You can't fight it when it feels so true. You drive me crazy like no one else. The final moment before I lose myself. And it's no use working 9 to 5 if you want more than to stay alive. So come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. We stay up until the morning light, the morning light. Oh, so come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. We stay up until the morning light, the morning light. Oh, the morning light. Oh, I just wanna be your Superman. Come fly with me, just take my hand.
Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome once again to Just Us Girls. Oh, my Lord. We have a treat for you today. Oh, I am telling you, like I usually say, come on, get the cat, get the dog, call your friends, get your boo, get your boobette. Come on, get everybody, get your popcorn ready. Also get your pen and paper now because we have so much information for you today. Listen, it's going to be good. It's going to be so good that you just go to want to just dig on in with us today. Here's what we have for you today. We have some special guests with us. You hear that? Special guests. All right. So we have with us today Whitney Coburn. She's a love coach. Whitney, we welcome you. We also have Christina Ashley. She is the CEO of Christina Ashley Firm and LaBelle House of Etiquette. We are so excited to have both of you today as our guests. Now, our topic, we've been talking about dating for, a few weeks now, and we're going to continue talking about it. And so these two beautiful ladies, they're going to join us tonight, and they're going to explain some things to us, give us some tips, some ideas, all that good stuff wrapped up in one, all right? So our topic tonight is, what are the signs that you are in a dysfunctional relationship, and how do you recover? I'm going to repeat that. What are the signs that you are in a dysfunctional relationship, and how do you recover? All right. So keep that in mind. Like I said before, get everyone come together and let us have a wonderful time here today. But before we dive right into that topic, we're just going to step back a little bit so that we can ask the love coaches here today about some things, okay? We just want you to know. We just want to reiterate these things to you, all right? And so Whitney is going to speak to us a little bit about self-love and signs that you are ready to date, or maybe not, okay? So Whitney, take it away from us. You talk to us about self-love. Tell us what that is all about, and signs. Tell the people, signs that you are ready to date, or maybe not, all right? Here we go.
Thank you so much, Dornell. Thank you all for having me. It's a pleasure to be among such amazing company and such awesome women. So the first thing that I would love to talk about is self-love, because I'm a love coach and I only help women, mostly single women, who are looking for relationships and looking to break out of old patterns of relationships that fail, or after marriages that fail. And what we find is that it all starts with your relationship with yourself. Your relationship with anybody else starts with your relationship with yourself. And a lot of people don't really understand what the word self-love even means. Some people don't really know how to define love. It's like an Eskimo defining snow. There's so many different types and so many different kinds. And leading into your other question, there are ways that we think we're in love when it is actually a trauma bond or something dysfunctional. So starting with, what does it mean to love yourself? You know, I base it on a few primary foundations. One, the biggest piece of self-love is having self-compassion. So compassion means having kindness and understanding. So you all are girlfriends, you have girlfriends, you talk to your girlfriends. If you have a girlfriend that calls you and says, oh my gosh, I totally bombed this interview. I wasn't ready. I didn't prepare. I'm so stupid. God, I really screwed up. I'm so regretful. I wish I could do this over again. How do you talk to your friend? You say, no, I'm sure you did your best. I'm so sorry. You'll do better next time. It just wasn't meant to be. We're kind, we're caring, we're considerate, we're helpful. You know, we say, well, what can you do now? You know, let's practice interviewing together, or let's go out to dinner and forget about all that right now. You know, let me help you with your resume. We're helpful and we're warm and we're accepting. And I want to ask each and every one of you and all the listeners, how do you talk to yourself when you screw up? Are you kind? Are you compassionate? Are you understanding? Are you helpful? Do you say, well, you'll do better next time? Or do you say, God, you screwed up again. How could you do that? A lot of us can speak to ourselves in quite rude ways, and we don't even realize it until we become more self-aware. So self-awareness is what will allow you to notice, how do you talk to yourself, you know, in the good times, in the bad times, because that sets the stage for how you interact with your partner and all your friendships and all the relationships in your life as well. So in addition to having self-compassion, we want to take care of ourselves. And there's a lot of talk and social media posts about self-care. And I like to think of it as taking care of your well-being. So it's not just about taking care of your hair and nails and beauty. I mean, that's part of it, but that's such a small part. It's really about taking care of your well-being. What do you need in order to feel good? This sort of leads into our how do you know you're ready for date, because we all have this reservoir for love inside of us. And when somebody's reservoir is empty, they've been hurt, they've been left, they're alone, they're lonely, they want someone, they can come across as needy because they have this hole that needs to be filled. But what I challenge you to do when you start with self-love and you start with the relationship with yourself is you fill your own reservoir. And one of the ways we do this is by asking ourselves, what do you need? What do I need? Instead of looking for someone else to fill that need, you know, I need social interaction. Well, go out with some friends, go out with some family, go meet some new people. You don't necessarily have to have a partner or a date to do that. You can do these things on your own. I want to see the latest movie. Well, go see it. You know, whatever it is that you need. If you want someone to pray with you and to have a spiritual connection with you, you know, start with yourself. Do you pray every day? Are you practicing that? Sometimes we need rest in this busy go, go, go world. Sometimes we need to meditate and have quiet time. Sometimes we need to enjoy a show or enjoy a workout. You know, we need to really start to listen to ourselves and find out, what do you need? And then take care of that. Take care of your own well-being. Because when you fill that reservoir and all of a sudden you're like an overflowing fountain of love, you become irresistible to anyone. And it's such a different vibe, different energy than having this empty cup and going up to people saying, will you fill my cup? Are you good enough? So that's kind of the foundation that I believe in self-love before you can start worrying about any relationship with others.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Whitney. That was good. I love that. I love the part when you talk about having a reservoir, you know, so you're overflowing with love. I love that part, as opposed to being empty, like, fill me, fill me. And so, ladies, that's why we're here today. We're here to help you. We're here to empower you to a better life. And we're so thankful that Whitney was able to make that even clearer for you, to show you where you are. And some of you, you may be there. You may be coming out of a relationship. You may just need to have some time for yourself, but we are with you. Right, ladies? We're here.
Yes.
We're your cheerleaders. We're here to, to help you to get yourself together. LaWanda, Dree, we have Christina Ashley here with us. We're here. We love you so much that we want to see you live your best life. Now, LaWanda, what do you have to add to that?
I was just sitting here and I thought about something when Whitney was talking, and it took me back to sometimes we are our worst critics. We come down on ourselves so hard. And sometimes because we set the expectation, the bar so high. And sometimes from the way we've grown up, and how we've always been pushed that you have to be the best at whatever it is. So the minute that you fail, it's like this part of you, it feels like you're in like this cage trying to get out because you feel like you just did not meet the expectation. So it took me back to a point of how we don't have to be perfect. And I think that's a lot, because sometimes we feel like we do need to be perfect. We don't have. So what happens is when things don't work out, we just feel like we're nothing. We start to feel like we've just failed. And I've been in that place. I lived that place where I just felt like, oh my goodness, I just did this so wrong. Oh God, I'm saying, woe is me, woe is me. Woe is me was not going to help me. Woe is me was not going to help me pull it together. So I had to really start thinking and saying, okay, you know what? You will make mistakes. You're not always going to get everything right. And it's okay. It literally is okay. Trust me when I tell you, to the viewers, that it's okay, because we don't live up to other people's expectations. That's a problem. And then we find ourselves, struggling with that. So I'm listening to you, Whitney, and I'm thinking about that when you were talking about, the kindness and the understanding. It's true. Because how do we say? We say, okay, it'll be all right. Okay. And it's like we're pacifying it. That's exactly, to me, I feel like we're just pacifying the situation, but is that really helping them? I don't know, Whitney, do you really think do you really think we're helping them when we just say, it's okay, no problem? But what happens, Whitney, when we really need to be truthful with them? And we need to help them. I don't know, kind of help me with that for a minute.
I think we always need to be truthful. I think we always need to be authentic. If you really don't feel like it's going to be okay, then you don't say it's going to be okay. I think we always need to be authentic with other people and with ourselves. So in this example, if the friend blew the interview, you could just sit with them in the pain. You don't have to make it all better. You don't have to tell them, let's just pretend it didn't happen and go out shopping. That's something that people do to avoid pain. They want to fill that void. They want to, immediately feel better. But as a really good friend, you might just go over to her house and sit with her in quiet and let her feel that pain, that disappointment, that regret. Those experiences can be our best teacher. So sometimes it's important to feel that and not just gloss over it. So there are times when the compassion compassion doesn't mean fake, everything's roses and kittens and rainbows. It's just, you're not a horrible person. You're not a loser for this happening. Something bad happened and you feel disappointed. Let's work through it. And that's how we need to be with ourselves too. It's very quick that we start calling ourselves names. And it's funny, when I started doing this work a while back, I didn't even realize how mean I was to myself, because 90% of the time I was good to myself. But those 10%, when I really got upset, got disappointed, got into a funk, in a mood, all of a sudden I was saying, I hate you, you suck. And I didn't even realize it until I started paying attention to it. And now I never ever say that.
Oh wow, that's deep. That's deep, Whitney. But I like the way you said that. Now you don't say that anymore, which is good. I like that. It's like, speaking affirmation to yourself, making sure that you're taken care of, making sure that, first of all, if you're not able to love yourself, how can you love somebody else? And I like that so much. Now, Christina, how would you answer that? What do you have to add to that? Talk to us a little bit.
Absolutely. And I think what Whitney said was absolutely phenomenal. One thing that I think about when it comes to us speaking to ourselves and getting back to that self-love and that self-compassion, it's very true. If we don't love ourselves correctly, it makes it very difficult, if not impossible, to love the next person. Even someone as close as your child. Because if you're not well on the inside, and in my company, we like to call it inner elegance. If you are not inwardly elegant, that means your character, the way that you treat yourself, the way that you speak towards yourself, if that's not intact, it makes it very hard for your outward elegance to be in sync and to line up and be consistent. I'm very big, you guys know I teach etiquette and professional development, and etiquette is more than just wearing the beautiful dress. Whitney said it, it's so much more than your hair and your nails being done. That is the easy part. Okay, that's the easy part. But it's deeper than that. It's so much deeper than that. And I think we have to get to a place of self-awareness with making sure that we're okay on the inside first before we go looking for that love. Because what ends up happening, and I know we've heard this saying a lot of times, hurt people hurt people. And it's not necessarily intentional either. It's just how we cope. It's how we maneuver through handling our feelings. And so that's just my take on it. It's very important to make sure that our inner elegance is intact because, and I'll just throw this out there as an example, but if I'm a liar, if I lie all the time and I put on this beautiful dress, I'm just a dressed up liar. That doesn't change what's going on inside of us. That inner elegance has to be intact. And it's through inner elegance that we're able to push out that outer elegance, and the two are able to collide and just have this harmony together, so that when I show up beautiful, as we all are, I'm not just showing up as a beautiful face, but when I open my mouth, there's soft speech. When I open my mouth, there's kindness, there's courtesy that just exudes out of me. And that's because I have taken care of my self-love first. It's important that our love tanks stay full, but I truly and strongly believe that every person is responsible for their own individual love tank first. I am responsible for ensuring that I am loving myself well, so that when I turn around to love my son, when I turn around to love my future husband, hallelujah, when I turn around to do that, I'm doing it from a place of I'm already satisfied. I'm not doing this because I need something from you. I'm doing this because it feels so good to do it to myself. You got to know what this feels like. I have to share it with you. So that's me operating from a very full cup. I'm not operating from a negative account. And that's just my spill on that.
I like that. Ooh, that's beauty. I love that. The inner elegance. I love that. And who else can speak about that but you? Okay. And thank you so much for your contribution. I am so happy, of the way in which you put that across. It is so important for us, like you said, not just on the outside, because anyone can dress up the outside. Anybody. Anyway, you get your tax return and you go out and you get your hair done.
Okay.
You get, as a matter of fact, you get your paycheck. Okay, well, how big or how small it may be. The first thing you don't want to do, you to go on to get your hair done, you get your nails done, and you look so nice on the outside. You put the lashes on, or you have it all going on for you, but the inside is just so off. It is painful. There's hurt, there's pain, there's everything in there that is so negative. And so, like, you and Whitney and Lawanda, already said, and we're coming to Dree right now. Prep yourself, girl. You're gonna come to this. You guys so eloquently said, you can dress the outside up, but when it comes on to the inside, that's a whole new ball game right there. You have got to get that self-love going first. You have to love yourself in order for you to love somebody else. It's not possible for you to give that person, and it's not fair either, for you to, take whatever you have, all the baggage, the luggage, the trunk, the everything that you have, and throw it on someone who does not deserve that. Get yourself together first. Love on yourself. And if you don't know how, we always say this on this show. We always say this: seek help. There's nothing wrong. We have a love coach here. We have House of Etiquette here. Come on. Seek help. Speak to somebody. It's not that expensive. Speak to someone. Get yourself together. You're beautiful. You're wonderful. You have value. You're worth more than you think. So get that thing, that negative energy off from you, and place yourself in a position where you can meet not Mr. Right now, but Mr. Right in your own eyes. Come on, Dree, talk to us. Let us know what you have to say towards this topic.
Well, for me, sometimes it only takes just a little to know yourself. Like, it may be easy for yourself, it may be easy for myself, but it may be hard for somebody else, especially if they always have, coming from a negative, they always have something negative in their mind about themselves. So my question to the love coach and to the lifestyle coach, how can someone love others when they really don't know how to love themselves? How do you really, because it's easy for us to say, love yourself. What does that really mean? And how can someone coming from a negative background, negative aspect, negative surroundings, really seek and love yourself?
I'll jump in on that question. So research shows that we are limited in how much we can love others by how much we love ourselves. And many people will try to refute that. They'll try to say that that's not true. Parents are the perfect example. They say, no way, I might be damaging myself and hurting myself and not loving myself, but I love my children. But what they don't know is that they're actually doing damage to their children in the role model that they're setting for them, in the underlying tone. And we really are limited by how much we love ourselves. So when somebody has grown up in a negative environment, they have negative thoughts about themselves, it's really important to get help, because you can't see your own blind spots. And we all have blind spots. We all have areas of ourselves that we can't see. I mean, our conscious day-to-day thinking, our planning, our list making, our organizing, that's all just the very tip of the iceberg of our being. And we have all of this unconscious programming that we have acquired throughout our life. Our parents telling us we weren't good enough, a teacher telling us that we weren't smart or good at something, a past relationship telling us that we were not worthy. All these things get stuck inside of us, and they turn into beliefs, and that was something I was going to talk about with the question of when are you ready to date. So I'll get into that if you're ready or when you're ready.
Actually, jump right on in. Dree, that was a very good question. I like that, because there's some people, for real, some people, you talk about it all the time, and, it's like, yes, love yourself, but then they come from that negative background that they have no idea what you're talking about. All they know is that I'm no good. You're not going to amount to anything. You're a loser. all they know, all their life coming up, that's what they hear, and that's their environment, and that's what they live. And so their attitude and their mindset and even the things that they do. And unfortunately, they surround themselves with people of the same mindset. So to really get that, get someone turned around, like we always say, and you also said that to as well, Whitney, is to be gonna get you to a place where you can find it within yourself to seek the help. Because that's the only thing that's really going to help you. Because if you're coming from that negative background and everything, your environment and everything like that is negative, you don't have anyone around you, not even your teachers or anything like that, to even say to you, oh, you're doing a good job. When was the last time anyone said that to you? Oh, you're beautiful. You're worth something. When was the last time you hear someone say that to you? And because you hear, oh, you're not going to amount to anything. Oh, don't even try because you're going to fail anyway, because you fail all your classes anyway. So how are you going to get out of that? And I'm so happy that Drew, you brought that question up. And like I said, we're in this to help you. We're in this to empower you. So we want to make sure that by the time we're done with this segment, we might go through the whole summer with this, okay? By the time we're finished with all of this, that I want to hear marriages. I want to hear people are dating. I want to get a report as to, oh, you know what? Whitney said something on the show that really helped me. You know what? Christina Ashley said something on the show that really helped me. I'm living my best life because LaWanda said something. I'm empowered because Dree said something. We're here to empower you to your better life. So on that note, signs that you're ready to date. Come on now, Whitney, let's hear it. Let us hear it, because there's so many people out there that think that they're ready. They think that they're ready, and then maybe not. And then, they're probably ready, but they're not even putting themselves out there to become available. Remember I told you all about the high heels and going down to the meat aisle in the grocery store? Mm-hmm. Okay, so now Whitney, go ahead. Let's hear what you have to tell us.
So one of the biggest signs that you're not ready to date are negativity. When something goes wrong and you immediately go to a negative place, I'm not good enough. I'm not able to do this. Nobody likes me. Everybody's going to reject me. These are beliefs that a lot of people have. And we have to really become strong on the inside and soft on the outside as women. And what happens is most of us go out in the world in the opposite. We're strong on the outside. We've got walls, we've got armor, we've got independence, I'm a tough cookie, I'm a woman that takes care of business and takes care of myself and I don't need anybody. And we're very tough on the outside. But on the inside, deep, when someone really gets in touch with our heart, that's when we fall apart. And so what we want to aim for is the opposite. We want to be so strong on the inside, to have a core and a love tank that's full, and confidence and self-love. And then we can be soft on the outside and actually approach people, be approachable, let people in to get to know us. And then we're strong enough on the inside to be able to either go with that and let them in, or to end a relationship, if it's not going in the right path. So what that really comes down to is beliefs. We don't talk much about beliefs. We talk about thoughts and opinions and feelings, and those are all important as well. But beliefs are what are under the surface. And so beliefs are our philosophies, convictions, theories, values. It's the undercurrent of what we believe. And a lot of them are subconscious, meaning that we don't ever even realize that we have these beliefs until we start doing this work. And in my whole program, I have a 3-month program that I work with women to help them to love themselves and to find the love of their life. And this is the most important piece of everything. It's recognizing what are the beliefs that are guiding your life, because the beliefs are like the compass. And no matter what you say you want, so someone might say, I really want to meet the love of my life, I'm ready. But when they start doing this work and uncovering their beliefs, they actually have a belief that relationships equal pain, because they've been in a painful relationship before, or because they watched their parents go through a painful relationship. And these deeply ingrained beliefs are what direct our outcome and our behavior and our life. So that's the most important piece in knowing if you're ready to date or not, is to really uncover what are your beliefs and what's guiding you. And then it is possible to turn them around. You know, we look at what the limiting belief is, relationships are pain, and we reframe it into something that is positive that you want to believe, like happy, healthy, lasting relationships are possible, because they are. And then, so yeah, that's the biggest piece in my opinion, is recognizing your beliefs and going into dating with reframed beliefs that align with your love intention.
I would love to hear. Thank you so much, Whitney. I love that. Recognizing your,
Yes.
you know, I want to hear what Christina Ashley have to say on that. Come on, Christina, share with us what you're thinking of that. Signs that you're ready to date or not.
Yeah, absolutely. For me personally, knowing that you're ready to date is knowing that you do not want to be exclusive. You want to be inclusive. That's one thing that if I can be transparent,
Please, we welcome
if I
it.
can be transparent, that was a struggle for me as I charted back into the dating world, that it's inclusive. I'm no longer this independent CEO. I got it. I don't need help. Or I'm just so used to moving on my own. But that mindset shift that, hey, it's not it's a we now. So what are we eating for dinner tonight? What are we gonna do tomorrow? Not, well, I have this plan. And so it seems really simple until it's not, because it's in front of you and you're challenged with that. Oh, I have to learn, I have to adjust my mindset to be more inclusive for us and not exclusive for us. And I think that's just one major and super practical thing to know, or to gear yourself up for preparing for that no longer single life. And I'll leave it at that. For now. For now.
Right? So I was ready to come back at you for now. Okay, so we're gonna come back to you. One of the things that I love for us to do, and on this show, is that because when you become relatable, and I like the way you're being transparent, because you bring that transparency out, is because then people can relate to you. You understand me? They say, oh, you know what? Guess what? I'm going through that situation, and sharing personal experiences is so important. And I like that. Is you have to change your mindset, and that goes right in line with what Whitney was saying. You have to turn that negative into a positive. Change your mindset in order for you to go into a relationship and having a healthy relationship. Now, what is it you
want more than to stay.